Hello everyone, Amod here from Retarget Command YouTube channel, and I'm here with another topic of research. So in the last video we have already learned what is Pojo, and in this video we are going to learn how where we can use the Pojo to create the request body for our APIs. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so I don't have any actual API to demo with, but what I am going to do here, suppose we have one API and that API will take a request body like this. So let me create a simple JSON request body. Okay, suppose this much here. So suppose we have one API and that API will take this as a request body. Okay, one JSON object. Okay, so now we have already seen how can we create this type of JSON object using map, right? So in this video we are going to create a JSON object payload. Okay, request payload using Pojo classes which we have learned in the last video. Okay, so what I need to do here, first whenever you see a JSON payload like this one, first need to identify the properties. Okay, similarly in previous video I've explained the properties of employees, right? There we have identified the property, and then those properties were added as a private variable in a class, and then we provided the setter and getter methods. The same way, the same pattern we need to follow to create this JSON payload. What I need to do, let me go to the project where I am writing the examples. Okay, and I will put a new class. Okay, so suppose the API name of this type of API name is student. Okay, so let me create one class called student. Okay, and in this what I need to do, I need to define the properties. Okay, whatever we are seeing up here. Okay, with the correct data type, like for account ID which is an integer. What I need to do, you need to have the same variable name. Okay, same name as property here. So private int then value. Okay, sorry, a name. Similarly we have balance. Okay, this is again double. So what you can do, private double the property name. Similarly we have first name which will be string, private string then property name. Okay, then we have last name, private string last name. Okay, then we have email ID, that is again one string, private string email ID, right? Then the last one which is again one string, private string gender. Okay, so what is the first step? We need to identify the fields. Okay, which we can easily see. Okay, this particular JSON object has some 6 fields, right? And we need to identify the data type, and we need to create properties of variable. Okay, at the class level, any class. Okay, you can give any name to it, but always try to give a meaningful name. Okay, now once we have declared everything is private, so obviously we need to pass some setter and getter method so that we can perform operations on it. Okay, so the way, you need to right click. Okay, go to source. Okay, then you see one generate getter and setters. Okay, select all because I want to put the getter and setter for everyone. So let's select all and put it generate. Okay, generate. So here we got all the get and setter methods. Okay, perfect. So this is very much similar to whatever we have done for the employee class in previous video. Okay, here simply we want to create a JSON out of this object. Okay, out of this class, the object of this class. Okay, so suppose I have one dummy API, okay, which wants to take this as request payload, dummy API for student. Okay, so let me create one main method. Okay, this assured dot given. Okay, I'm not putting any base URI base path, I'm simply getting body. Okay, so before this I want to first I want a payload, right? I want to get a payload that only we can pass in the API, right? So let me comment it out. First, what I need to do, you need to create an object of student. Okay, new student. Okay, done. Now set the value of it, like s1 dot set account number, something we can set like 111. Okay, s1 dot set balance. Okay, s1 dot set email ID. So let me copy it from here. See, this is simply creating the data. Set first name, let me put my name, then s1 dot set last name Mahajan, right? So what we're doing, we simply create one object and put and we have set the value, right? So what value we have set, whatever we see here, we want to create one JSON payload like this one. Okay, if this represent one student, so simply I created one object. Okay, means I have created one Pojo class, I created an object of it, and I am feeding these values, whatever I need to pass it. Okay, now let me write a recessive test. Now you may think like, okay, we have created one object, how we need to convert to JSON. Okay, because this particular API requires a JSON payload. How can we pass an object? Okay, so don't worry, how it will work. Instead of body, what I'll do, I will pass s1. Okay, then when, okay, dot get. Okay, and I'll put the log dot all also, log dot all. Let's see what happens. So what I've done, simply I've created an object of Pojo class. Okay, and I've given the values whatever I want in a JSON payload. Okay, and that object I have passed here, right? And I don't see any error as well. Okay, so let me run it and see what happens. Actually, I'm not converted this particular object, Java object, which has one to a JSON. So how it will take it? So let me run it and let's see what happens now. Okay, we know that there is no such API, so I just want to see the request body. Okay, so if you go here and see, obviously it will throw some error, and if you see here, we got something, right? Something Pojo style. So let me remove the right hand side part and paste it here, and let me format it. Okay, so we are missing the gender here. s1 dot set gender. Okay, but can you see one thing, like whatever value I pass it has created actually one JSON. Okay, and you can see in the log, if you see the console here, there's a console, yeah, console here, you can see in the console it is printing body in a JSON format itself. So how it is happening? I'm not converted the plain old Java object to a JSON, right? But in this SO it happens automatically. They have some mechanism. Okay, so that mechanism I will explain later, but yeah, you can directly pass an Java object as a payload. Okay, so if you remember, when we are creating an object of map or list, right, means when we are creating a payload using map and list, so that time also we are not converting those object to a JSON, right, we are directly passing those objects to our recessive test, and everything was happening internally because recessive has some mechanism. Okay, so that's why it is happening here, and you can see whatever value, whatever pose object we have created, and we are passing directly s1 there, and it is deserializing it to a JSON. So deserializing it to a JSON. Okay, if you run it now again, you can see it will have the gender as well. Okay, so this time you should see a proper one. Okay, you can see everything is set up. So this is the another way of creating a JSON payload and pass to your recessive test. Okay, so if you remember in map, when we are using map, so you need to have keys, right, key, and you need to provide the proper key, otherwise it will be problem, right. But when we are using Pojo, so at least those keys tensor we don't have. Okay, so there are many advantage of Pojo which we'll see in the upcoming videos, but yeah, hopefully if you're following up my all of my videos in this episode playlist, then you must have learned to create a payload using the Java map and list, and then you will coming and learning this way, where we are creating a Pojo class and we are creating JSON payloads. Okay, so this is another way of creating a payload, and in the next video I will show you that how can you create a JSON array. Okay, means suppose this is for one student, right, but suppose if we have a payload like this one, you have another JSON object. Okay, and you have some name, some different name. Okay, that particular API takes JSON array. So how you are going to create that JSON array? Okay, so we are clear with like how can you pass this, right? How can you pass this, or how can you create this payload using Pojo classes? Now if your API is taking a JSON array, then how can you create a Pojo? Okay, or how can you create this type of payload using Pojo classes? Okay, so that I will see, that we will learn in next class. But remember, if you remember the concept, how what you used to use for map and list, so it is same thing here. Okay, we have some map and list there, but here we will have Pojo, and you will use the similar kind of concept here as well. Okay, so we'll see that in next video. So if you have any confusion here, you can drop a comment on this video, or you can send out a mail to me. Okay, so thank you everyone.